Hello and welcome back. Today we're tackling Leetcode problem 744, called Find Smallest Letter Greater Than Target. This is a really nice problem to practice searching algorithms, especially if you're getting started with binary search. It's marked as easy, but it has a specific wraparound rule that can trip people up if they aren't careful. Let's break it down. Here is the problem description. We are given a sorted list of characters called letters, and a specific character called target. Our goal is simply to find the smallest character in that list that is strictly larger, meaning lexicographically greater, than our target. The input list is already sorted in non-decreasing order, which is a huge hint for how we can solve this efficiently. Now there's one very important rule here. What happens if our target is Z, or if every letter in our list is smaller than or equal to our target? The problem states that if such a character does not exist, we should return the very first character in the list. Think of it like the alphabet is circular. After Z, we wrap back around to the beginning. Let's look at a couple of examples to make this concrete. In the first case, our list has C, F, and J, and our target is A. We scan the list. Is C bigger than A? Yes, it is. Since the list is sorted, C must be the smallest letter bigger than A, so we return C. In the second example, the target is C. We look at the list. Is the first item C strictly greater than our target C? No, they are equal, so we move to the next one. Is F greater than C? Yes, so TEF is our answer. Now for that edge case I mentioned, our list contains X and Y, and the target is Z. We check the list, X is not bigger than Z. The next X isn't either. Y isn't bigger than Z. We've reached the end of the list and found nothing. Because of the wraparound rule, we loop back to the start and return the first element, which is X. Just a quick heads up. We'll be walking through the solution using Python, but don't worry if that's not your main language. I'll be showing the full code for other popular languages like Java, C++, and JavaScript towards the end of the video. The logic remains exactly the same. So the first and most straightforward way to solve this is a linear scan. Since the list is sorted in non-decreasing order, the first character we encounter that is strictly greater than our target is guaranteed to be the smallest such character. We just walk through the list one by one. If we find a match, great, we return it. If we finish the entire loop without returning, it means every character was smaller or equal to the target, so we return the first character of the list to satisfy the wraparound rule. Before we get into the code, let's talk about the real reason people fail at Leetcode. It's not because they can't reverse a linked list, it's because they break their daily streak. I built my daily to-do specifically to solve this. You can set Solve Daily Leetcode as a routine task. This means it reminds you to complete your routine tasks every day. It's a dedicated system to force you to be consistent, which I also use to remind myself to upload these videos every day. If you're watching this channel, you're trying to improve, so this tool makes sure you actually show up to do it. I also want to be 100% transparent about how this app will grow. I am an indie developer, not a big corporation. I will never take away a free feature you already use. Core features like repeating tasks remain free forever. However, as I add new server-heavy features, they will be part of the premium plan to help cover the costs of running the app. Also, the price of premium will go up every time I ship a major new feature, so the best time to get involved is right now while it's early. Check it out at the link in the description. Okay, we've talked about the big picture and the logic. Now let's see what this looks like as actual code. I'll put the full solution up on the screen first. And don't worry, after that, we'll walk through the most important sections together. Here is the Python code for the linear scan approach. It's very concise. We define our class and method, and then we just need a simple loop. Take a second to read it, and then we'll break it down step by step. We start by looping through every single character in our letters list. Inside the loop, we have a simple condition. Is the current letter strictly greater than our target? Because the list is already sorted, we know that the moment we find a letter that is bigger than the target, it is definitely the smallest valid letter we can find. We don't need to check any further, so we return it right there. Now, what if the loop finishes? This happens if we checked every single letter and none of them were bigger than the target. For example, if our letters are A and B, but our target is Z, in this case, per the problem description, we need to wrap around. So outside the loop, we simply return the item at index 0, which is the first letter of our list. The linear scan works, but we can do better. Whenever you see a problem that mentions a sorted array, your instinct should shout binary search. Binary search allows us to skip half the list at every step, making it much faster for large datasets. Our goal here is essentially to find the upper bound, the first element that is strictly greater than the target. And here is the code for the binary search approach. We set up our pointers, run the while loop to narrow down the range, and then have a clever little return statement at the end. Let's decompose this logic. We initialize our left pointer to 0 and our right pointer to the length of the list. Notice that right is not the last index but one past it. This is useful for edge cases where the answer might be outside the current list bounds. Inside the loop, we find the middle index just like in any standard binary search. Now for the core decision making. We compare the letter at our mid-index with the target. If the letter at mid is less than or equal to the target, it's not what we want. We need something strictly greater. So we discard everything to the left, including mid itself, by moving our left pointer to mid plus 1. On the other hand, if the letter at mid is greater than the target, it could be our answer. Or, there might be a smaller valid letter to the left of it. So we don't discard mid yet. We just pull our right pointer into mid. When the loop finishes, our left pointer will be at the index of the smallest letter greater than the target. But here's the cool part. If the target was larger than every letter in the list, left would have incremented all the way until it equaled the length of the list. That's an invalid index. By using the modulo operator, taking left modulo the length of the list, if left equals the length, the result becomes 0. This effectively wraps us back to the start of the list in a single line of code. So how efficient is this second approach? The time complexity is big O of log n, where n is the number of letters. This is because binary search cuts our search space in half with every iteration, which is incredibly efficient. The space complexity is big O of 1, or constant space, because we aren't creating any new data structures. We're just using a few variables to keep track of our position. Alright, that covers the main solution in Python. As promised, for those of you who code in other languages, I'm about to show the full solutions for Java, C++, and JavaScript. I won't be breaking these down, so just pause the video on your language of choice to check it out. Alright, as promised, here is the full solution in Java. It follows the exact same logic as our Python binary search. You can pause the video here to take a closer look at the implementation. Next up, here is the C++ version. In C++, we can actually use the built-in upper_bound function from the standard library, which does exactly what we need. We just need to check if it reached the end of the vector to handle the wraparound. Feel free to pause and review the code. And finally, here is the solution in JavaScript. It looks very similar to the Python and Java versions, just with slightly different syntax for the integer division. Hopefully, seeing it in a few different languages helps solidify the concepts. So, let's wrap it up. We learned that when we see a sorted array, binary search is usually the way to go for optimal performance. We also saw a neat trick using the modulo operator to handle wraparound cases without needing a bulky if statement. And finally, we reinforced the concept of finding an upper bound, which is a super common pattern in algorithmic interviews. Also, if you're looking for even more Leetcode problems beyond the daily challenge, I've started a second channel called Leetcode Unlocked. It's where I'll be posting solutions to a ton of other problems, so if you're serious about your interview prep, be sure to check it out. The link is in the description below. Hope this Leetcode solution breakdown made sense. If it helped, give that like button a click, maybe subscribe for more, or drop a comment if you have questions. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you know straight away when I upload a video because I upload videos daily. If you want to support the channel, a few people have asked how I plan my solutions. I'm a big fan of sketching out the logic and data structures on a tablet before I code. It really helps. I've put affiliate links in the description to the tablet I use and a few other good options. Using those links doesn't cost you anything extra but really helps me out. Or, if you're feeling generous, there's always the Boba Fund. Keep coding, and I'll catch you in the next one.